it's always quite fascinating to find out where something comes from. And the Bookbug's origins were actually in a very, very dimly lit hotel bedroom in Newcastle when I was out on tour with Scottish Book Trust. And in fact, the Bookbug wasn't a bookbug when he began, it was a book owl. And I had chosen an owl because I thought owls are quite learned creatures, and I suspect they probably quite like reading, and sort of soft and feathery and fluffy, and reading seemed to be about where I wanted a creature for Scottish Book Trust to come from. I then evolved from the owl because I thought, well, maybe they won't like my drawing of an owl, maybe I'll try something different. So the next thing I tried was this rather strange hybrid which looked rather worryingly like a cross between an eagle and a book, and was not in the least bit reassuring, but I put it in anyway. And to my delight, Scottish Book Trust said, yeah, we love it. Well, we sort of love it. Actually, we don't really love it, but we love how you draw, and we have high hopes that eventually, between a whole team of us, we'll be able to come up with something that comes close to what we're looking for. Problem was, nobody really knew what they were looking for, least of all me. I think what we were looking for originally was some kind of creature that would typify what Scottish Book Trust was about for very, very young children, that would be sort of soft and cuddly and friendly, but would also have something to do with literacy and books and reading and all of that sort of stuff. At least that was the sort of brief that I got. So I went away, scratched my head a great deal, and came up with various creatures. One was a book bun, one was a book bug, one was a book beast, and the other one was a book lion, but we won't talk about him because he was a disaster, frankly. I really, really liked the book. The book bunny was incredibly sweet looking. In fact, I'm quite glad that Scottish Book Trust didn't go for it, because I'm going to use the book bunny for something else because it has a terribly sweet face. I quite liked the book beast, but it owed a great deal to Morris Sendak. I think Where the Wild Things Are must have somehow crept into my left hand when I was drawing that one. But what we do have, or what we did have, was this strange little creature called a book bug, which seemed like the perfect creature for Scottish Book Trust, and also for me, because I've got great fondness for little things with wings and sort of wibbly anthers and possibly tails, but we got rid of the tail eventually, that are small and cuddly but don't sting you. And it just looked like the right creature for the job. And Scottish Book Trust, bless their cotton socks, said, yeah, we like this one, except, could you do this? Could you take its tail off? Could you give it 3 fingers? Could you give it 3 toes? And then, having painted it all in glowing colours of red and black stripes, no, I don't know why either, they went, ooh, no, it looks like a demon, let's make it yellow. So we now have a bright golden yellow book bug wearing absolutely dazzlingly red dungarees. It's neither a boy nor a girl, but it is most definitely very small and very friendly. And I'm really, really hoping that everybody who sees it will take it to their hearts, or at least, if not to their hearts, to some place fairly close to that.